Hi everybody, it's Max Farrow again here with Dex, and we're here trading the intraday signals straight MACD or SR. Oh my. Okay, so we already know intraday signals are a very powerful, kick-ass money-making machine, right? But you have to be very careful, and the more you can proceed with caution, the better. Now, we have some active signals up. Let's go have a look and how to enter them and get into those trades and see how well we can do. Before we do, I want to let you know, we're going to use some validation techniques along the way here too at the end of this video, using the web-based charts with the MACD and the support levels, SR levels from the MetaTrader 4 and DexIndicators.net free indicator at indicators.net, okay, DexIndicators.net. All right, so let's get over to Dex Signals and see the signals available. Okay, so here we are. We have some signals available. Again, it's a standard signal reading process: open time, close time, asset, direction, and open price. Now remember from the previous video, we said that the open price, well, we'll just grab, what's the best one here to do? Let's do the 82.9 with the USD CAD, 303.31. Now remember, we're not going to find the exact one. We might every once in a while kind of luck out and get that squirrel gets the nut kind of stuff, broken clock right twice a day thing. But 303.31 on the USD CAD. Let's go have a look at Nadex and bring that up. Okay, USD CAD, we're not finding one in there. This is crazy. Why is that happening? Well, if you remember, we told you before that the network itself only had pairs that did it all day long on 5 pairs, right? And then there were some that did it for half of the day, while the others did it the rest of the day. So you see USD CAD was in there, you see? So that's my folly, sorry about that. So let's get back over to the website and have a look. All right, so we can't use CAD to get it into an intraday. That sucks. And USD CHF is on that list as well, but the Euro USD isn't, so let's go have a look. So the Euro USD on the buy, 0757. Euro USD from 2 to 4, because that's what we're looking for. 2 to 4. What was that number again? 0757. Now, there's an 0756 and an 0760, because they're 4 pips apart. 0757 on the buy. So 56 could work because we're further away. We're in the money more, the ITM. So that could work. So I would simply come in here. Now remember, I've already checked the news to make sure that there's no news. If there's news, no trading. Okay, so I'm going to hit that button. And I'm going to hit buy. And hit place order. Oh, sorry, size is empty. Got to place it. Size. No, not 12. Oh my God. Place order. Okay, there we go. That's simple. Now, if you've checked news and you checked that process and you're just coming here to trade and you're going to use the success ratio of the site, you know, when there's not news happening, then great. But if you want a little bit more validation before you make a trade and put your ass on the line, let's go have a look and see how we do that. That's how simple it is. You just come in, verify that there's no news, and make the trade. It will have a win-loss ratio, of course. You know, 80, 60, 70, 90%, depending on when you're doing the trades and when you're not. But if you want to get a little bit more validation on whether or not it's going to work, let's go over to the website. First thing we're going to use is because we're on the standard intraday. Now, some of you probably want to know, what's the NA intraday? Well, that's a great question. The NA intraday means that there's no news. News avoidance. That's what the NA stands for. So if you're going to be trading all the time, even through news, using the validation systems and taking the chances with the signals themselves, that's completely up to you. But we're also running this information with news happening, so we can compile the information easily enough for our data compiling system, so it can tell us better ways that we can improve our signals. But for those that don't want to avoid, that want to completely avoid the news altogether, we come into here and you can kind of see that there's a better ratio of success here. Now, the ones that are doing bad, like the Auto USD, bad Audis, 62%. Yeah. So you know, I ain't going to touch that one. And the Euro British Pound hasn't won nothing either, so I ain't going to touch it. So now you got a good understanding. 80%, 80%, 100%. These are good things. So now let's use a little bit more validation on this Euro USD at the 0757. Now, what do? Well, we simply just come straight to the website, scroll down to the bottom, hit the Euro USD tab right here, and it already has a MACD set to it because we're going to use our web-based chart with our MACD system on it. Now, what we want to see is that the Euro USD says a buy, but there's so much movement heading downwards. Could this actually be happening? And where would that number be at? The number is set to 0757, and 0759 is where the price is at. So 0757 is only right here. That's crazy. So probably not a good idea since the MACD is pointing down, and it looks like the trend's really going down, and the signal says for a buy. Why is that? Well, the signals themselves use what we refer to as a trend reverse, and we've probably pointed this out once before, that the trend would be coming up, it would get a little bit weaker, and then the signal system would say, up, trend reverse, put a sell order in. And then if this was the expiry, this thing should usually, for the most part, cut it pretty close, but still win under the number that we have. Now, in some cases, when the news comes out and really messes with it and makes it do one of these whipsaw things, we probably won't get it, right? We probably won't win that particular one. And that's where all this comes in, that the validation is very, very important here because now we can start validating. If you just had a crossover heading down and you had like this about this much worth of time that this was pointing down, I'd probably say that this was not a good trade to get into. But because there is an opportunity that this thing is going to go down and bounce, our 0757 might still be just okay. And if we head over to Nadex, the one we got into is still sitting halfway okay. We're 0759 at the moment, where our 0756 is sitting. Because remember, we got in 1 pip into the money. Remember that. Now, before we start chasing things around and buying multiples, we sort of let this thing just do its thing. Now, if it pushes past that down below, if it pushes past that on the actual pair there, if it falls down, it goes down there, or if it bounces off this area, you won't be able to really tell that by using these particular two things. So if you're proficient, if you don't want to read charts from MetaTrader 4 and do all that stuff, this is where you would say adios to the trade. You could get in, you could stay in, you can risk it, you could do whatever you want from this point. But if you want to get a little bit more information, you're probably going to need something like this. And this is where we're going to be using the MACD from DEX and the free support and resistance indicator. Now, I've had it set up from before on another video from when I was doing the daily and showing a choke up. But I'm going to use this now and kind of show you right here how this works. The support and resistance, each one of the red lines going horizontal is a resistance zone, as you can kind of see. And it works out pretty good. So what we're looking for is that 0756, okay, which is right down and right in this area. Remember, we're using, this is a spot Forex price. So Nadex is going to have a price about 2 pips up. And you can kind of see it's still falling. Now, this is set at a temporary, let me show you this. If you look back, this line here kind of turned into a temporary today. When it's a different color than your main, it means that it's an intraday low or high. Okay, so keep that in mind. So it looks like this one here is the lower high. Now it's rejected it twice. Okay, so it's really done something good. But if it doesn't reject it this time and it pierces through it, it might be an idea to get out of the trade and kind of save yourself a couple bucks, which you could still do. If you see, you're still only $7 in a hole at this point. But it's still sitting at 0759, about 3 pips up. We are getting towards the end of the day, so there's a little bit more volatility there too. So you got to keep some of these things in mind. Okay. Now, on to the next part. We have used now a support and resistance, and we've looked at this process of saying, okay, this is just closed below that. I don't think it's a good idea. We've got some crossover and some convergence happening here right now, or divergence happening. So I think it might be a good idea to save our butts. But you look at this and you're like, oh, but it's 3 pips up. It's so beautiful. Hey, listen, you got some advanced warning. Get out. Save yourself the money. Okay? It's that simple. Even in demo. Don't sit and let it ride just because it's in demo. Trade demo like you would trade, like this is your own money. Like this is the money that your grandmother left you. It doesn't matter, right? That's what you're telling yourself. It doesn't matter that that's demo money. Let me just try it. No, you're creating bad habits. All right? So The process that I just showed you on how to get in is the same one you're going to use all the time. AUDUSD on the buy, you can 7656, you can just go straight to the website, right over the Nadex. The first way you can get in, do 2 to 4. What was that price again? AUDUSD 7656 on the buy. 7656. There is a 7656. Yay! On the buy, and it looks like we have a number in there, and we can just place the order. Okay, and yay for us, we're in the trade. Okay, but if we go back and validate, I mean, you could validate first, you could validate second. It's really completely up to you, but I would probably validate first to really make sure that it's the right one. AUDUSD on the buy. Now, because there's a lot of news that's happened, we've had a lot of movement. You can kind of see this is starting to curl in. Some volume has dropped off. This means that there's probably going to be a reversal happening pretty soon. And again, with the Audi happening at 76.59, it seems to be here we are at 76.56 right here. I don't really see a lot of support and resistance zones. If I head over to my trusty MT4, 76.56, right around this area where it's sitting at. I see a temporary one right here like I did on the Euro. It does have some room to go down. Does it have a huge, there's nothing in between here and another, a whole set of information that's happening up here. There's no major support and resistance zones up here, only daily stuff over just the last couple of hours and day or half a day. Okay, you are getting some divergence happening with crossover, but it looks like it's more going up than anything else. It's the same thing with the Euro USD. There was a divergence system happening, and it was curling upwards. If you remember on our web, on this one right here, Euro USD was moving up. You see that? Moving up. And so this is a good margin, but everything else was still moving down. So we could get a nice little push here where you would end up winning. But again, this is all about you learning how to trade that process, what works best for you. I can't give you every single scenario. I can just teach you the tools on how to verify, and then the data, the result itself comes from you. And that's where learning how to do a journal and apply that journal and make little notes along the way to figure out what worked and what didn't work will work best for you. Okay, so now you have a handle on how to trade the intraday. Very, very simple. Being able to get in, do some validation from that process. Okay, I wish you all the best of luck. And thank you very much for being customers and investors to our company. And as always, trade well. I'm Max Farrow, and this is Dex, and this was Trading the Intraday Signal.